Welcome to Comfy Havoc number 2. Instagram, I'm only going to let you see the prep show. So if you want to see more, you'll have to come to Comfy Havoc number 2 tomorrow. Alright, so before I get started, two things. I'm going to do like 4 or 5 martial art dedicated videos with tributes, like one to Street Fighter and Ice Cube song, one to the Birds of Prey and Amy Allen song, and definitely one for Super Chick. Even though it wasn't nothing to do with Kung Fu, but I love their song, Cross the Line. It's been used in a few things. And then there's a couple other songs. The Best of the Best and Showdown. So I'm going to do separate videos to each one of those. So I'm going to also be putting on that Scarlet Spider suit. So before I do that, before I break down and get out of my clothes, I want to make sure you guys understand. I want to talk about something that's kind of important and kind of not. It's important to me. It's probably not as important to y'all. Alright? Just to get that out the way. Uh-oh. Okay. Sorry. Weapon rolled away. So, in case you guys aren't up to speed, I'm a wrestling fan. I love wrestling. I don't care what anybody says. If you're a wrestler, I follow you. My crush, she's a wrestler. I'm dreadfully in love with her. I'm sorry. I'll admit it. I'm dreadfully in love with her. I have no shame in my game. I know it probably will never happen, but the universe works itself out in certain ways, and I'm hoping that the universe works more in my favor of getting with that crush. Anyway, moving on. So Soulja Boy and Randy Orton have a little issue, and Soulja Boy says that wrestling is fake. I'm not a wrestler, not a professional. I have had some wrestling experience, not in the ring. But I've also had some BJJ experience, and I suck at it. But I also know a couple of wrestlers. Again, not counting my crush. I know a guy who was trying to get into wrestling, just like I was trying to get into MMA before I found out about all these fucking rules. And then there was the weight class thing from way back in 1993. So apparently Soulja Boy wants to tell Randy Orton how fake wrestling is. So I'd like to take y'all back to the mid to early 80s, where a comedian named Andy Kaufman, no disrespect to Andy Kaufman, he's dead, and to his family, my condolences, because he's been dead for a while, and they haven't had this brought up in a millennium, but I'm going to bring it up. Andy Kaufman was a comedian who said that wrestling was fake. Andy Kaufman was a comedian who didn't wrestle men, he wrestled women, because, like me, he's a small-statured guy. Now, when I say small stature, Andy Kaufman actually kind of makes me look a little bit thick. Alright, so he was a tall, skinny beanpole type deal. You guys can go Google all of the fights that he had with women, because that's what he did. He wrestled a lot of women so that he would feel powerful. And granted, it was all for his comedy shtick, but at the same time, he constantly kept saying that wrestling was fake. Don't do that. Do not disrespect nobody's game or their profession. Don't do that. Andy Kaufman found out the hard way when Hulk Hogan put his ass in a fucking guillotine choke that wrestling is not fake. Now the trash talk and the shit talk and shit, that's what brings us back. But the moves are 1,000% real. Wrestlers get hurt on a daily basis and get back up the next day to come and do that shit again. And the reason why, it's the same thing any martial artist does, and wrestling is a form of martial arts, whether you want to believe it or not. It's the same thing that every soldier does. It's the same thing that anybody who loves what they do. Rappers rap because it makes them mad money. Wrestlers wrestle because it also makes them money when they get famous enough. Or depending on the promotion. You have a good promotion, it ain't about the fame. It's about how much ring time you get and stuff like that. Same thing with actor. If I get a TV show, you'll have to pay me to leave that sumbitch. It's just that simple because I like being in front of the camera. Even if I don't get but 2 lines a show, I want to be in front of that camera. I want to get to show off some of my sidekicks and shit. Alright? But you don't disrespect nobody's job. Not everybody can have their dream job. Not everybody can be discovered in one day. Because I've been in this acting business for 20 years and I ain't been discovered yet. I haven't caught one break. And the one break I caught, the movie got canceled after I put in weeks of learning how to do the 619 between some goddamn staircase railings. So yeah, I can do the 619. Am I good at it now at 47 versus when this actually happened in my 20s? Probably not. But I still know that I can do it. Now, Here's the question. Because he's also having problems with one of those Paul brothers. I don't really give a flying fuck about that. Because I watched their video and kind of found out that rivalry is like 3 years old because it's 2021 and that was like 2019. So yeah, about 2 or 3 years old. Not my problem. But the Soulja Boy is he picking a fight like Andy Kaufman. He fixing to get hurt. Randy Orton has been known to go off script and accidentally fuck some people's shit up. So before you go spitting on somebody else's job and what they love to do, you may want to be able to see how it works. Alright? Prime example. The Big Show and Floyd Moneymaker Mayweather. Alright? Now, we know it's all entertainment for wrestling. We know that. We also know that Vince McMahon did not want that lawsuit if the Big Show would have actually beat the dog shit out of Floyd Moneymaker Mayweather. And if you didn't see that, sadly, Mayweather cheated. He used brass knuckles on the Big Show. Alright? You're supposed to be king of fighting, pound for pound, hella high water. No brass knucks, man. Nah. And that's how he won. Alright? It wasn't a loaded glove. It was straight brass knuckles. Go Google that shit. It was one of those WrestleManias or some shit. Well, if it wasn't WrestleMania, it was one of the pay-per-views, and he used brass knucks on the Big Show. Which, personally, I respect the Big Show. Not because he's huge, but I like what the Big Show has done, become, and became a heel, became a good guy, all the other shit. And to have Mayweather use brass knuckles on him kind of was fucking insulting. Especially after all the shit talk that was going on between them. You see where I'm going with this? Yeah, wrestling is entertainment, but every bit of those fucking body slams and bumps that these guys take, that shit's fucking real. You will not get into that ring, no matter what promotion you work for, without some form of training. Understand how that shit works. But, you know, Soulja Boy, woo! You got the Soulja Boy. Alright, you dancing around and you dancing, but you dancing with the devil, son. I'm 47 years old. I wouldn't go starting a fight with somebody who was 3 times my size. But if a fight came at me with a guy who was 3 times my size, as a martial artist, I got nowhere I can run. I got a hip replacement that happened here, so running ain't a fucking option. And I better have my fucking A game. Or I better have some tapas or some chobos. Bigger you are, the harder I get to hit you. And because I know a few wrestlers, and because I was never given the chance to shine and do the things I want to do with my life, because no one's giving me a shot, no one signed me, no one's giving me a break, no one's giving me a chance, I know where my bread is buttered. Alright? But if you're going to get up on here and pick a fight with a monster, you better know your shit. Now, he's a professional athlete. 2, you're 5'8". Randy's huge. Not just in size. I ain't talking about how tall he is. I'm talking about buff. I've seen Soulja Boy's body compared to my body compared to Randy Orton. Now, I look like a twig. I look like a jacked up, mixed colored version of Pee Wee Herman. I got a little bit of a gut, but I'm in fairly decent shape for 47. He's a young man. Randy's a little younger than me. But Randy fights on a daily basis, day in and day out. I train on a daily basis, day in and day out. He raps. There's a big difference in getting punched in the face and getting kicked in the face and being able to get up and take that shit day after day after day. Now, you can get lucky. You can get lucky, or you can cheat like Money Mayweather. Yeah, you can do that. Or you can take that ass whooping like a man. Because I'm just got to take my ass whooping like a man. If I had to take an ass whooping, I'm just got to take that ass whooping, you know. I can't really complain about it because, as I've said in many of martial art videos, it is easy to talk your way into an ass whooping. It is hard to talk your way out. And I ain't getting on here to start no shit with Soulja Boy. I don't need to build a name off of you. I don't have to. But I will watch the ass whooping that if he keeps fucking with Randy Orton that he may take. You know, I'm just saying, my money's on Randy. If I gotta pull one, my money's on Randy. It's just that simple. And like I said, when you're in this entertainment business, controversy, as Vince puts it, creates cash. But you gotta remember how bad this controversy can flip on you. Alright? If I got a job at WWE, believe me, I'm going to be the nicest person you've ever met in your life. Because I want to keep my job. And not because I want to keep my job for money's sake, but because I love that business. If WWE Films gave me a job tomorrow and said I can write all the scripts and I ain't got to do nothing but work for them until I die, write the check. Set me up in a base somewhere in LA or Florida, somewhere where I can make movies and be happy, I'm good to go. And hell, that would go for any independents out there as well. If they had movies and like Blumhouse, if they wanted to give me a job, I'll take it. Because I would much rather make a B-rated movie that goes directly to video or to Netflix or wherever than have you pay $20 to come see me. Especially if I'm not even the star of the show. Yeah, if I'm only in there for like 15 seconds, I don't think you should pay like $20 to come see the shit. The whole point of my whole YouTube channel was to get my career off the ground. I have epically failed at that, by the way. But anyway, I haven't given up. So what I'm going to do from this point on, I'm going to end the video on Kung Fu Havoc number 2. I'm going to do my tribute videos to the songs and music that I said, and we're going to call it a day. Instagram, debating on if I should let you stay on or if I should cut you off. You know, I don't have a coin to flip. So if you want to stay on, somebody give me a wave. If not, I'm going to cut you off because I'm going to get in my shorts and then get in that Scarlet Spider outfit. Now, I'm probably going to do bound fighting first, so that way I don't have to put the gauntlets on, so the gauntlets will be saved, and I won't do any damage. And then I'm going to put on the outfit, but I'm going to put on the outfit, then I'll put the gauntlets on, and then I'm going to do all the other things that come with it, and then that's going to be that, you know. So that being said, for Kung Fu Havoc number 2, be seeing you. And it's the